All right, we're live. We have comments. People are waiting. We got Zach, GRB, CD Nelson. We got yep. Ryan let people know we were having tech difficulties. Mark Spurgeon's in the chat. We got all the bros here. So let's roll that intro, get into this super fun conversation with Brian from Searching for Tone.
You roll it.
You're live in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, what
You're
happened?
live in 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's not doing it. That's all you get, folks.
Yeah.
We're making it work today. We're just here to make it work. What's up, Jimmy? Brian, welcome to OnlyFrets and welcome to Technical Difficulties, sir.
Honored to
Yeah.
be here, guys. Glad to meet both of you finally, face to face.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe the first thing I wanted to get into with you is you kind of, as we spoke about earlier, you touched on it on Off the Rails last night. Everybody go check out Brian's channel if you're not. I think everybody here knows, but you're taking the 52-week guitar lessons from Brandon. I can't remember his last name.
Dion.
Yeah, and there was some rifting going on between he and Mr. KDH, everybody's favorite Irishman,
Yeah.
on YouTube recently. Did it sway you from taking lessons, sir?
It didn't. It actually the whole video that he actually brought up, I never even watched that video because that's not the content that I'm interested in, and I understand where he was going. It was like that whole Mr. Beast type of mentality of making like shock content. Like I'm going
Right.
to, dip my balls in honey and run through the Smoky Mountain Forest and see if I can get out 10 minutes. And if I do, I'll get $10,000. Like it was built on that type of premise. To never ever wanted to watch it before. And I really honestly, KDH's video reaffirmed my not wanting to watch him. Not to get on a too long of a tangent, but like I feel like the guitar niche is that one place where we could all be non-political. So in our reporting, it shouldn't be one side, other side. Present the entire facts, and if you still think the person is a jerk, then the person's a jerk. But I have done a video a while ago about Rob Chapman, and actually KDH's video took the kind of premises of it. And that actually points more towards this. And I mentioned it last night that, Rob Chapman was doing a video on like his top Christmas presents. And he's talking about his snake oil pedals. He goes, these would be fine pedals for any Christmas gift. I have no affiliation with them.
I remember that. And then he laughed about it. Yeah. I
He
remember
cut
that.
it off right then, like right at that moment. And KDH comes in and goes, he owns the fucking company. Well, if you let it play out a couple more seconds, you could see that sarcastic laugh. And anybody who knows Rob Chapman that would be watching that video would know that he owns snake oil pedals. And there was a whole bunch of other things I pointed out. And that's the thing that I hate, is that you only show the things to, to paint the picture that you want to paint. He never also, so when I watched the video, I'm like, it was pretty cool about Rocklock in Brandon Dion's video. Rocklock came right up to him, not because it was him, but Rocklock was really cool in being proactive and be like, hey, check this product out. And John just did another video about them. And he said that was really cool. Like, so you didn't even take the opportunity to take a negative video and highlight some of the good, at least the brands out there, not Brandon himself, but you could have taken that opportunity because he didn't want to show any of the good part of that.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, I honestly, I've always said I can't really take what he says if it's true or not. Like I know, everybody always talks about Behringer pedals, how like they're the worst criminals in the world, and I think it really comes a lot from his video reporting. But can I really be honestly take his opinion for truth for what it is?
Yeah,
You know,
I
Right.
like so.
I couldn't be mad at Behringer at all. I love that line of pedals. I think
Yeah.
they're awesome. Like if I had zero pedals, I would literally buy that entire line. Like if I had no pedals and money to burn, I would just buy that whole line of pedals because it gives you everything with the actual vibes of the era in which they were built. I think it's the
Right.
coolest fucking
Yeah,
idea I've ever seen in a pedal line. Like forget like the boss, like boxy with neon colors. Like this one has the vintage vibe to it at a very reasonable price. How can you
right.
Right.
complain about that like at all? But
And that's really what he goes after. He goes after big brands, goes after big content creators,
yep.
um, to target them. And I understand why you. And he's basically the um, a culprit of the same type of content. Like he's going after the big YouTubers, just like he in that video, the only video he's ever made like that too. On top of it, um, but like there's like to me there's plenty of other frauds out there. There's channels out there that buy subs, that do fraudulent stuff, that fix things. Um, I mean, even I guess we all know who it is now, but like I don't think he has done a video on that Soul String guy that 60 Cycle and Landon
Oh
did.
yeah.
You know, but that's because he knows that that's 152,000 fake subscribers that follow that guy, and so he's like, like that's the thing is like, and I don't want to bring
That's
heat on all of us now for
no,
talking.
that's what I was gonna say about it though, is that it's exactly right. He wouldn't go after someone like that because you're not gonna be going after him to his 152,000 person audience because they don't exist.
Right.
Or if they exist, no one is actually invested.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, so there was another guy on this topic. There was another guy I watched earlier that was going after Tyler Larson at Music Is Win. He was basically going after his Guitar Super System
Oh,
course.
I saw that. I saw that video.
Did you? Yeah. So that is, yes. And I mean, people were ripping that dude to shreds in the They're like, this is embarrassing and you don't know what you're talking about. And like, yes, he's kind of an arrogant guy, but like, you know, that one's hard. But I believe that he is. I mean, you look at who he associates with, trying to be like, oh, his right hand technique is not great. I'm like, have you seen Marty Friedman?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean, you're gonna have a panic attack when you see how he holds a pick.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. Like, and I get it. He's a guitar teacher, so I kind of get what he's saying, where he just wants like technique to be right and stuff. But I mean, the video kind of didn't make any sense to go
Yeah.
after him.
In
You
the
know?
way, just to piggyback on that, Jonathan, sorry. He's not that guy is not the internet's guitar teacher. That's
Oh
Paul
yeah, no, I know.
David's,
Yeah.
and same with Tyler Larson. He's not the internet's guitar teacher. It's Paul David's. Like he's the king of that. Like
Yeah.
he's the king of online YouTube guitar lessons. And then the next guy down also is not either of those two gentlemen. It's also Marty freaking Schwartz is like right
Mm,
below Paul David. So if you want like excellent technique, you go to Paul. Like if you want to nerd out about the technique, you go to Paul David's, and if you want to just
right.
learn a cover song, you go to Marty Schwartz. And then anybody below that, in as far when I say below, I don't mean in skill or capability, but like anybody below that in subscriber level or sort of societal influence, you just take your pick. Brian picks Brandon Dion, and
Dion.
like
Yeah.
I pick Robert Baker, and Jonathan picks whoever he picks, like who's that shreddy guy, that Jamie Slays or something like that.
Oh yeah.
you know like we all just choose our own adventure. Somebody's going to pick Music Is Win and do the Guitar Super System, and I bet you they'll get better
Mm-hmm.
because that's the way it works. If you're willing to put in the work, it doesn't really matter who's teaching you. You're going to spend time learning. So I just thought it was really interesting, trying to, like that one you were talking about, that guy trying to tear down Tyler Larson, or KDH trying to tear down Brandon Dion. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, we shouldn't be doing that. Like Brian said,
I'll tell you somebody who did this. Well, two people that did this whole tear down people the right way. First and foremost was iDubbbz back in the day when he did Content Cop. Basically, if that guy made a Content Cop video about you, you were done. You were absolute. But I mean, he wasn't like in the guitar space, obviously, but he did just actual like frauds or just bad people. And then I think his name is was it Jacoba Records or something like that? The dude that started talking about all the fake players. He like brought the fake Instagram players back up. And I think he was the one that exposed what's his face for doing the tabs on Instagram and selling the tabs. And that guy, I think he's the one that exposed him. Like, that's the right way to do it, because it's, to Brian's point, like actual bad people out there profiting off of other people's work and just being frauds. Like, that's how you do it.
Right.
But to get on a video and say like, I don't like his style of playing, and I think that his pick technique is wrong, and how he's teaching you how to, like, again, as a teacher, as you know, not me being a teacher, but from his perspective, I can kind of get it. If you see somebody teaching somebody something that might be not to your standard, okay, you can have an opinion. You can have an opinion on anything, but I don't know, to go into it as in depth as he did, just didn't seem. It seemed a little too over the top for me.
And also to me, like, I don't know if he's ever reached out. I guess it's like the firefighter aspect of me is like, you warn somebody. Like, has he ever tried to contact that guy and say, hey, you know, like, you're doing all this stuff like that, and you're like right hand and pick techniquing was poor. I actually mentioned this a while ago. It's I don't really watch them, and I don't know if you guys got good content, but you all saw probably John Nathan Cordy when he outed JHS, or tried to at least, and Josh came back with that great video on the cost of doing pedals and all stuff like that. To me, John Nathan Cordy is a YouTuber that could call up Josh and do a podcast like this and talk about it and find out the real answers, instead of just assuming that JHS is, you know, ripping us off. Meanwhile, you find out that JHS is really hasn't changed prices in 15 years and has probably been ripping themselves off, because they could have easily upped their prices. But like, for me, it's like, you could either make a video or you could actually go to the source. And when you have that influence and that reach, like, I couldn't call up Josh. I might actually probably be able to, just because he's that nice of a guy. And get the answer. But like don't make a video on something that you could easily go to the source, and you could have a round those two could have a round table discussion.
I mean, I DM'd Josh directly on Instagram when my pedal broke, and asked him, what do I do? I know that says this on the website, but I don't have this thing. And he's like, it's fine, just send it. And he was super, like, he didn't, go into a big long-winded thing, and we're not friends now. But like, these people are accessible for sure. So to your point, like, it would be the non-internet, like non-Twitter way of actually like getting to the bottom of an issue you're having, would be to contact the person and have a human discussion. But we're so beyond all that now that, to your other point about not bringing politics into it, like, we all act as if like JHS is CNN and, John Nathan Cordy is Fox News, and they just talk, like, it should have been a discussion for sure. Anything. We have a good question here from Strings and Pucks. Is that the guitarist that tried to con Rick Beato? He got in a lot of trouble for stealing people's stuff. I think what John was saying.
The guy, I can't remember his name, which is, I guess, kind of a testament to his legacy,
Right.
But we all know who we're talking about here, it's so yes, but he's the one that Rick Beato said, oh yeah, I made a video on it, but I'm not gonna Giacomo.
That's it. Just see right now.
Giacomo. Giacomo Turra or someone like that.
Turra,
that guy.
Yeah, that guy got drug through the mud twice now, and for frankly, for good reason. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
The
think.
balls to try to come back is
Oh,
what
Yeah.
that's what threw me for a loop. And then he was doing the same thing, like in a different, like in a roundabout way. I'm like, what are you
Yeah.
doing, dude?
just
I mean, he could have like
unwavering
capitalized on it. He could
honor.
have came like back with like a mustache and like glasses and like
Right,
played
done
into it.
something.
He put on the nose glasses,
Yeah.
like the old school detective mask. That was
Yeah.
funny. All
Try to
right. Well,
weekend at
so
Bernie's that shit.
in closing, no reservations. You're gonna take lessons from this dude who KDH doesn't seem to like, and what had the balls to go on with KDH. I mean, to me, that would reinforce my decision to spend that amount of money with a person. Like he had the stones to like confront KDH and also say, yeah, I tried a thing, it didn't work. I mean, I really like that interview. We need
Yeah.
more of that and a little less of sniping each other, I think.
Here's another guy that got a lot of heat, which kind of because okay, so in this whole thing too, and I just wanted to say this before I forgot about it. I don't really know Brandon Dion, like his channel. Like I've saw his face and I'm like, oh yeah, it's that guy. But
Right.
I didn't know he was whatever. The other guy that was in the video, there were two other guys, but the one guy that I saw in there was you guys know who Shred is? The guy
I
with
only
big
found him
beard?
out actually after that video, so I subscribed to
Yeah.
him right after too.
So that's what I'm saying. I saw him in there and I was like flabbergasted. I'm like, there's no way that like to me, he puts on a bit of a character because his whole shtick is that he's 666 this and we're gonna take this and put your finger here. Like that's his
Yeah.
whole shtick, right?
He's
It's
a
funny.
jerk.
And it's people always sit and say, well, he's arrogant and he's this and that. I'm like, no, but he's a good, like, he's
That's
a good person to learn from. That dude knows his stuff.
And that's
right?
kind of along the same lines and of Brandon too, is like his videos definitely he comes off right off the bat, and a lot of his shorts too. You would think that he's like arrogant and he's like just a jerk. Like he always tells like it really pisses me off, and then he goes now just leave and all this stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you actually watch a video, it's just like sarcasm. It's like almost it's not really.
It's like he said, he puts on a
like,
character.
yeah, it's a character, and when you
Yeah.
get into it, like it's really just like bullshitting with a friend. It's more of a less of a authoritative instructor and more of like like a really cool guitar instructor. You're
Locker room vibes.
Well, and I give Brandon like all the kudos in the world because he got on there and he was like, look, I put it up and I kind of was like, maybe some of the stuff could kind of come off as whatever, but I'll see where it goes. And he's like, I'm not going to take it down. I'll just own it. It's there, whatever. And I'm like, that's admirable.
Yeah.
And then, him, because a lot of people always like to try to pull that like, oh, it's just a character, like as an excuse. In his instance, I think he seemed genuine enough to believe it. But again, if the rest of his content is like that just reaffirms like, yeah, it probably was a character. I think some of the stuff that KDH had shown, whether it was shown in the right context or not, it's like some of it kind of came off as bad taste.
It was, but
he admitted
like,
to it.
He kind of edited the interactions with the two females, like as if he was confusing them, racially.
Yeah.
And those were two separate instances in the video. And just you highlighted Mark. Video. I would have more respect for his reporting if it was unbiased and it wasn't spent this. Like I would accept it if it wasn't cut intentionally at times to cater to his reporting. So it makes me feel discredit in what he has to say. Like, and I go back to the Rob Chapman thing. If you watch the video, if you know about him and you watch his editing and how he cuts it up, and he does not point out anything at all whatsoever, at the time of this video, Rob has 500,000 subscribers and all stuff like that. So the average viewer knows him. Like it totally discredits me. That's why, like when I do watch political news, I watch both sides so I get the actual.
Well, yeah, you can't just watch one side because then it's just
and that's the problem.
These people bad. It's like, but where are the
People will
facts?
watch KDH's video and they won't do what I do and actually go watch that video. Because like I said, I never watched his video before. I watched all of his other videos, never watched that video. Those people won't go and watch his video and make up their own mind about it. They'll just take him for what it's worth and what it's worth.
There are no free thinkers.
To me, that's tunnel vision. That's not being a free thinker, like you said, being a free thinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not non-guitar related, but do any of you like or watch Whistling Diesel from Steve Gunner? I do, but some just don't understand him. I'm aware of Whistling Diesel, and I think people get upset at him for destroying cars. I guess that's all I know him for.
2 Yards chose violence today. He only watched one side.
2 Yards. I only watch Brooklyn side.
I get. Yeah, you're totally right though, Brian. And like,
it's the underside is what he watches. That's not what he's telling you.
That's right. But yeah, I mean, I just think a little more like go. You know, people say this now, like do your research. Like it got sort of co-opted to mean something negative, but you should like if you're watching an argument like that, you should go, like you said, go watch the root source of the video. I mean, and figure out if you agree with that video or you disagree. I will say, to Mark's point earlier, I do respect that aspect of KDH, the devil's advocate aspect. I'm with you, Brian, on his tactics. I can't really agree with, but I do respect the fact that he's got brass ones for sure. Like to be able to, like, he's willing to call out people on certain things, Andertons with their victory line.
Oh yeah, the victory thing.
Like, I never have a problem with shilling ever. I don't care about that. And he said he didn't either, but the way they did it, he didn't like. I could kind of see his stance on that. At the same time, I just frankly don't care about that issue at all. So I think KDH tackles a lot of things that maybe broadly we shouldn't or don't need to care about, but he really does, because he's got these principles, which, to Brian's point, sometimes he does not abide by himself. And so that's kind of the problematic part with him, I think. But
right. Strings and pucks. This is something I saw. Chapman got destroyed with a really bad deal from Guitar Center and almost closed him down. So for anybody who doesn't know, that Chapman had struck a deal with Guitar Center to stock his guitars a while back, actually. It's been a long time since that happened, but I didn't know that the deal had gone bad. I just know that it was kind of rocky, I guess.
Yeah.
So I will say this though. Could it have been, I guess, supposed karma for what he did to Riff City Music, where he supposedly got them? He didn't really help them as much, or maybe he did, but it was like he lied about what happened with them. I know he didn't like contribute to their downfall, but there was that whole Riff City Rob Chapman kind of quarrel that was going on there, where Joe was like, he's saying that he never made me pay for all the events that I did at the store, but we did, and like we gave him stuff and we did this, and he just was doing it like out of the goodness of his heart. And I'm like, that's my problem with Rob Chapman, is like, I like the dude.
Yeah.
And I've actually reached out to him to see if he wanted to be on this, and I, whatever.
Right.
Hey Lucas. And no, I think that's he's a character for sure. I mean, and I mean that in like, he's a quirky dude.
Yeah. I mean,
which is what I've always liked about him. I mean, I revisit because it was just so watchable, but
yeah, I always liked the Riff City part. And whether they both want to like admit to it or not, at the end of the day, it was both a business venture for both of them. Like,
oh yeah,
Riff City could say all that they want, but you approached Rob because he's a big YouTuber to help you out, and vice versa. He helped him get into USA and all that stuff like that. So, but that actually is like, I don't really like getting into those positions. I've actually gotten really close to a brand one time, and was, texting with the owner all the time, and got like too friendly, and then got to see the other side of the deal, and it totally turned me. Like I won't go out there and necessarily bash them, but you'll never see that brand on this channel again.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say too much because, like, yeah, I can obviously go back and see what I haven't done recently. But like, I like in like this, I guess, kind of segues into what you wanted to talk about with Jonathan. Some of the interactions we have with the brands, but it's not like we're inviting them over for dinner, but they're very
Right.
friendly. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like I like that where like they like compliment you and and you know, they send you stuff and it's like cordial, like, oh hey, how you doing? You know, so and so, but it's not like I don't ever want to get like close again because I
Yeah.
don't want to be let down, or also I don't want to feel like I have to say something that I never have, but like
Or
just
feel like
yeah.
you're turning on somebody when you're just frankly not. Like, you know, you don't want it to look like you hate somebody even though you don't hate them at all. It just wasn't
Right.
good.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good fit. And this is really great, and we should segue right here because I want to hear what the two of you have to say, because I have my very first like fully sponsored video coming up, and you guys have both worked with this brand before, and um, I I left a review on one of their products. They really liked it, and then you know I mentioned to them that I knew Jonathan and do a podcast with them, and that kind of turned into like some really nice emailing, like you were saying, Brian. They're very cordial. Say hi to John for us and all that stuff, and it was really cool. It feels really good. I'm a very small channel, so I shouldn't be sponsored at all, but it's you know it's a little start down that path, if you will.
Yep.
And I'm excited for it, but I don't know these ins and outs the way you guys do. So this is a really good segue. So I would say, you know, maybe Brian, you want to start us off, and Jonathan can piggyback there. But like, what are besides what you've already mentioned, you know, what are some things to look out for, pitfalls uh, to not fall in, you know, traps not to get caught in, and stuff like that.
I've got one, but I'll let Brian go
Yeah.
first.
I think it's really so I haven't made it to the arena yet of getting anything more than the product, which I'm fine with it at this point. Not really you know, I feel like getting the content out to the people is more important. The first thing like is a little pushback. Sometimes they'll give you like they want I don't know if I have like I actually just the pedal that John just did recently.
Cool
Like
pedal.
they may I'm really excited to check this out after watching this video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool pedal.
When not saying them specifically, but sometimes you'll get a brand that'll say we want you to put Locato Super Drive in the thumbnail. We want you to put it in the title of the video, all this stuff like that.
Yep.
And I'll give pushback, and I'm like, listen, I understand you're a brand. Like I don't put it this way, but I put it nicely. Like that's not how YouTube works. Like not saying that I would do this, but you don't want to put Locato Super Overdrive on the thumbnail. You want to use all your stuff to the maximum. So I'll tell them like, you want to. I'm gonna put like SD1 killer on the thumbnail. Not that I'm gonna do that, but like like this is the best overdrive on the market. Nowhere is anybody looking up Locato Super Drive pedal that's going to be searchable or anything like that whatsoever. So pushing back on those things, I say is a little bit of a you can do it. Like don't feel like because they approach you and they say that they want 3 to 5 minutes. We want to see the video. I post a video and it's like, oh, here's the video. Like they always say like we want to see the video ahead of time and all that stuff like that. I don't let them edit stuff, like, like, oh, here's the video, it's live. But
right.
there's nobody telling you out there.
So that is pretty much exactly the point.
Hold on.
Yeah, and that's pretty much exactly the point that I was going to make. So what I do is I'm pretty reasonable with putting forth a price for stuff. Like, I mean, it's extremely reasonable.
Mhm.
And I actually went and made like an email template that I will send them. That's kind of like a contract, because for my day job, I work in contracts. So like I do this all the time. So I kind of know how to make.
Oh crap.
Oop.
We lost him. Anyway, we'll keep the conversation going. I'll assume we'll be back here shortly. But I mean, that's good advice. Jonathan has recently jumped into like a like what he was going into there, where he's setting the terms a little more. And
Right.
I
Yeah.
think, like, the email I got from the company I'm going to work with, and it's in the thing, so it's just Guyker, and the email I got from them was nice. Nothing seemed unreasonable, but it was
Yeah.
good advice, because I don't want to go down that path and say, well, that wasn't unreasonable, and then have that sort of condition me to accept something that is unreasonable later.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And
So
the
I
thing
mean,
is,
that's
like,
good.
honestly, I think they really just all are looking for exposure. So
Mhm.
they're blasting out a million YouTubers at a time, and they'll circle back. Like, I haven't heard from Hokkaido in a while, and they come back. Um, but it's just always they they're never ever gonna. A lot of them do take criticism or critiques,
Right.
so they're not gonna like out you because you say like, ah, this wasn't the best pedal out there or something like that, or this wasn't good. Um, it's just that some of them are starting to catch on to um, more of a metric standpoint. Like, I wouldn't think that anybody would send me stuff,
Yeah.
but they're slowly getting onto it's not the subscriber count, it's the reach.
Yep.
Um, because you see, like, the circling back to the KDH thing, there's a lot of channels out there with 10, 15,000 subscribers that built themselves up fraudulently, that are getting products that aren't getting them the exposure at all. Like, because it was fake sub counts, it was, fake views. Meanwhile, I'm getting, even if I get only 150 views, I'm getting 150 honest views on that pedal.
Yeah.
If I sell one, it's worth it to them compared to that channel that, has all the fraud out there. So,
Jonathan, welcome back, dude.
hey.
Still a little glitchy. Dang it.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a stream without technical difficulties.
No, it would not. It would not. Strings and Pucks has a good question. Brian, how much information about the product brand should you put in the title or thumbnail? I'll start from the basic, what I got from my partial sponsorships, where a lot of times they were just like, just put the link in. I think it depends on the company, right, Brian?
Yeah. So honestly, I could not do a master class because I'm not good at this shit. Obviously, I don't get a lot of views, but I know what not to do. YouTube suggests, or the pros, no more than 4 words in a thumbnail. It can get a little bit, sometimes if you need to, but you see some of the people, they put in their thumbnail like the entire description of the guitar, like mahogany body, single cut,
Right.
Les Paul style guitar. Like,
more of an ad read.
You've lost the person already. You've totally lost the person.
Speaking of losing people, am I back?
You're back.
You are.
Dude.
Okay.
There you go.
Clear day, son.
So
Sorry,
honestly,
Jonathan, I
I
had to
don't
go
think anything-
take care of your guys' mom real quick.
Yeah, had to. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't think putting anything of, as far as like, you if you're putting this pedal out there and it says super dry pedal, you don't have to put anywhere in your thumbnail at all. Anything you already have. That's the best part. You've already got some word on there. You already got something out there. So, use everything to your maximum, but don't double down. Like, also, like, if you're gonna put overdrive pedal for whatever reason on the thumbnail, don't put it in your title. Use everything to your maximum abilities. So I would say don't even bother putting, like you put a Fender logo in there if you're doing a Fender, or if you're doing something combating Fender, like a Fender killer.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm gonna do a video on my Moore. I think I'm gonna do like a Helix killer on there and just get the hate right off the bat.
Well, hey, you know what? I did that with a video, and it is by far my most first video to hit over 100,000 views, and it just, I mean, it just blew. It was a Lakato thing.
Yeah,
funny enough. And I did that. I put I think I called it the Kemper Killer. I said it was like a $79 Kemper Killer, and I mean, it took off, and I was like, oh, this is it. I'm in the big time, and nothing's done it since. But
yeah.
What were you gonna say about your contract thing that you send companies? That was interesting, Jonathan.
Right. So what did you hear before I went away?
You have almost like a contract that you send the company with a reasonable fee. So
yeah. So I have. So my day job is I work in contracts. Okay. So I know how to kind of do this. I've got termination clauses. I've got my pricing for full length videos, short videos, and I made one recently for ad spots where you make a video that's not related to it, but then it's like, this video is sponsored by this chair brand or whatever. And it's like, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I made a thing for that. So that's a good idea to do, is don't shortchange yourself. Like maybe in the beginning,
right. Exactly.
Accept the product just to get your foot in the door.
Baby steps.
I mean,
build yourself up to that.
Companies like Lakato will do that, right? Like they will stuff all day long once you surpass a certain point, right? But the problem with that is kind of once you start to accept that free product, you can't then turn around and say, well, now I expect to be paid for it, because they're going to be like, well, we're not going to work with you no more.
Right.
That's
somebody else out there that so
and they've got a million other people and you know what? To me, I'm like, that's kind of fine, because in my thing too, and this is another lesson I'm gonna pass to everybody. Try to keep it within your niche, because I shamefully at this point have done things that is not, they're not like in the niche per se. Like they're not really guitar related. Like I had no business doing like a drum kit. I'm not a drummer. But in my mind, I was thinking, look, I'm getting a free like drum kit that I can then turn around and sell if the video doesn't perform well, and then recoup my money. But that's how I spin it too. I'm like, look, I'm still a smaller channel. If the video doesn't perform well, I still need to make some kind of money, because like I said, that's generally how I fund a lot of my stuff, is I'll sell off all the stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's don't shortchange yourself. I mean, even if you're like, I'll do it for $50.
Yeah,
they'll pay you $50 through PayPal, and then you get to keep the product on top of that. And I mean, that's fairly reasonable.
Right.
And then as you grow, like I even have a part in there that says the price can change without me telling you as the channel continues to grow. If I hit 10,000 subscribers tomorrow, I'm doubling my price. That's just that, because, and it's still really reasonable. But I was saying, I had to make, and I didn't normally do this. I just kept it within the emails, and it was there, boom, boom, done. But there's a company that I've been working with recently that I've gone back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with. And I think I'm finally done with it. But they did exactly like you were saying. They wanted to look at the video before it was done, which I generally don't have a problem with until they start requesting a bunch of changes like this company did. They are paying me, as well as letting me keep the product and stuff. And it's one of my higher paid things. So I'm kind of being a little more lenient with it. But I had to go in and be like, from now on, if you agree to pay and you want to view the video, any revisions you make, it's like, it's this much more per revision.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I'll reserve the right, obviously, to be like, I'm not going to go change. If I said this is bad, unless I just misrepresented the product, like I didn't understand it, and you explain it, and then I go back and really review it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is actually good. Right. That's fine. But if you're trying to like persuade me to be like edit it out, like we didn't like he said that, sorry, make a better product. It's kind of my thing. And because I don't ever do that.
Yeah.
If I don't like it and I understand it, like if someone sends me a guitar, I know a guitar inside out, upside down, back, forward, left, and right. If it's bad, it's bad. That's just how it is. but I might not understand a pedal is what it is. But yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. If you can, even if you just use like Chat GPT or something or Copilot or whatever to just say, hey, draw me up some terms and conditions that I could use as a YouTuber.
Even if Jonathan just emails the contract he uses over to Brian.
Yeah, and I could do that, and you could just change the pricing. And I mean, honestly, it's pretty rock solid. And I've got it, like I said, I've got a shortened version if you just need the shortened version. I've got a really long drawn out version that is like a contract, and I've got one for ad spots. So,
Brian, your channel's like really hot fodder for this kind of thing because you really, I mean, the way your rise has been really awesome to watch. And I mean, I love the live stream. I think you do a great job with that. I love all the segments, like watching a TV show essentially, versus my Friday Night Live, which is watching some guy fumble around on guitar for 3 hours and talking to him. I like the way you do your stream and the way that you've done your channel. Like your review videos are like Jonathan's, just really clean, concise. You guys have both done a great job of like cultivating a style, and I have a lot to learn from the both of you. I probably, just from maybe for the guys in my level or whatever, as far as like subscribership and stuff like that, I have a hard time, like when you tell me, Brian, about the bad experience, or Jonathan tells me about the bad experience, I kind of am like, okay, so I want to, like, I'm walking on ice here. Like, I don't want to fall in. Like, it's not thin ice, but I don't want to fall in. So I'm going to pay attention to cracks. And I also don't want to lose sight of the tinkering aspect of my channel, the actual playing. It's called Sean Plays Guitar, not Sean Knows Guitar, right? Like, I play for fun. And so a lot of times I don't want to lose sight of, Jonathan and I were talking about this last week, like, of making music. And actually, Brian, I think that is going to work its way into your channel more organically through your lessons and stuff, which is why I keep saying I'm so excited for you to do that, because I think that's just going to open you up. Like, you might play on a live stream after a few weeks, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it'll kind of add to your bravery with playing and stuff like that, which I think you should,
Well, I even thought about, like, I was trying to start to like build stuff back, because that's where I do most of the playing back there, is even like if I did a live, like practice, like just I'm going live at 2:00 today, and obviously being mindful of everybody else's live streams, because I believe in that. I believe in, like, I would never do a live stream if you want to, but I would never do a live stream at 2:00 Eastern Standard Time on a Thursday because of you guys. Like, I love both your channels, and I wouldn't do that. But like, if somebody were to do that, like, I say nobody owns YouTube, but like, I wouldn't step on any other brother's toes that I'm friendly with. So,
oh crap, we lost John.
But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I say is not to mix too much. Like, I did my first lesson. I actually had a video not too long ago where I was just talking about a couple of aha moments as far as scales, and I just never got to putting it out. Like, you don't want to, like, mix too much crazy in, like, guitar is a very wide reaching niche. So I'm trying to think of things that you could do that you shouldn't do, but there's not too many you can't do. Like, you could obviously build a guitar, mod a guitar, play guitar, do pedals, do amps, like that. So there's really not too much. I would say you could do lessons. You could, like this chord, or like, this scale structure or something like that.
Well, I mean, it's like everybody, like, going on the lessons, even if you're not the greatest guitar player in the world, you might have, I mean, everybody develops their own style at some point. And I get calls spam calls nonstop,
every
man.
time.
It is every time. Anyway, God almighty. But everybody kind of develops their own style, and there could be something that you do that someone's like, ooh, that sounds cool. I like that. That's new. That's fresh, or whatever. And it's like, you could be like, yeah, here's how you play like this. And then you never know. I mean, that's the hardest part of it, is that the guitar market, the guitar niche is so oversaturated with just stuff
Yeah.
There's a new guitar coming out every other day and new pedals and
Yeah.
everything. And it's kind of all just played on the same had for years and years and years. So it's hard to stay excited about a lot of stuff. It's hard to create content around a lot of stuff. And that's kind of where I've come to realize, like, I need to do something different because I'm getting not burnt out, but I'm just getting kind of like, here's another thing.
Well, aren't we all like as a collective to a degree? Like, Brian, there's way to make these interesting. Brian did that video. I liked your pedal video. It's another tube screamer though, which is, kind of like we all feel it, like the monotony of it,
Mhm.
of the gear and stuff, which is why I think it's great timing for searching for tone to dive into lesson. My lesson video that I did, a review of Robert Baker's 80s licks course, that is one of my best like performing videos
Yeah.
in recent years. Like I think I have, it's not even quite to 1,000 yet, but it's way closer to 1,000 than any of my other stuff in the past year and a half.
Yeah.
People like watching us do the thing that we, review pedals for and stuff like that. Like they like watching us play. So I think it's great timing for searching for tone to like get into, and it's not that you don't play ever, you do. And it's,
Yeah.
but I think diving into the nitty gritty of like learning a new thing. People, I mean, how well do those year of progress videos always do? Brian,
Oh
if you
yeah.
documented a year of progress, like
Right.
just, 15, 20-second clips every day that you took a lesson and you documented that video would get 1 million views. And I'm not joking, because there are people who don't even have guitar presence on YouTube that post their year of progress videos, and I see them in my feed, and they pop up every once in a while, and I'll watch the whole fucking thing. Like,
Well, and it's kind of like the thing what I was saying that I was gonna do. The idea that I had last week for the next year. In a way, that's kind of not a progress video, but it's an experiment that I would like to do, that I would like to provide updates on in between. And not as a guitar player, but as a YouTube person. Well, I don't say
right,
personality, but as a YouTuber, right?
Right.
Someone doing YouTube, because it's going to force me to get creative in different ways. So that's going to turn around and make it fun, which is what Lucas was saying
yeah,
there.
great,
Make it fun, make it more fun, make it more involved. Like, I don't know. I'm at a point where it's like when I do a sponsored thing and I mean, they end up being like 20 minutes long. So I put a lot of work into them and then like
Yeah.
nobody watches them. It's that constant, like, I don't want to do that. Like, I love getting sponsored stuff. I love checking it out, but it's like, it's that like draining feeling of like, oh, it's 20 views in 3 days. Like, cause no one cares.
yeah,
Or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Or what am I doing wrong? What is YouTube not pushing this forward? Like, did I do the wrong tags? Like Brian was saying, did I put something wrong in the thumbnail, or did I not put something right in the description, or whatever it is, So
Yeah, I mean, Jason and I talk about this all the time too, Jace Allen, and it's like you either have to fully dive in to catching the hate and doing the Helix killer, the Fender sucks. You have to totally dive into it and take the punches, or
this is clickbait.
yeah, this is clickbait. Well,
The game.
if I told you clickbait, you don't want to watch it, and I do, and he actually had a little bit of an issue where he had like one time where he did like the Chinese guitars suck thing, and then the American guitars suck thing, and basically got massive views from both sides, on each individual
both
video.
sides, yeah.
And now you're commingling your stuff. Now people think that you're like, and I'm pro everything. Like, I don't care if it's $200 or if it's $200,000. If I can afford it, I'll try to get it. But like,
Yeah.
I don't knock either one of them.
You know who's a good channel for that kind of stuff? I've been watching him more recently. Is Jace Allen. Anybody's ever heard of him?
He's
Yeah,
he's a frequenter of Brian's live stream.
So yeah, Jace Allen is cool, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
I saw
cool.
one earlier where he's reading a bunch of the hate comments and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I agree with your rebuttal to it. And like, why are was it the resale value on guitars? And I'm like,
he's like a Midwest
You know.
version of you, Jonathan.
Yeah.
He ain't got that Southern flair to him, but
Right.
his channel actually is very reminiscent to me of yours, and I fell in love with it because of that. Like, I don't know, I have to get going here, boys, but I just want to say, like, I really appreciate, like, Brian, you coming on. It's really
Absolutely.
nice. Your community is that you built is like now part of mine and part of ours over here, on OnlyFrets, and it's just really cool to get to talk to you face to face, and I'm sure we'll have you back on again at some point.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it'd be great.
absolutely. Yeah,
Definitely.
you're a great hang, dude.
Yeah, definitely, man.
But yeah, I unfortunately I got to get this family on the road. My one of my family members is retiring this week, and we're doing a surprise retirement party down at my work in Portland, Oregon, where my home office is. So I got to get on the road. But yeah, dude,
Sweet.
this was awesome. Thanks for the advice, both of you.
Yeah, totally.
Anytime,
And
man.
it's kind of cool because now we're all kind of running. Like, I know, Brian, you've done Guyker stuff, and Jonathan's done a bunch recently. So I appreciate, like, especially a company you guys both have experience with. They seem great.
Oh yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, they're
They're
awesome.
great to work
Yeah.
with.
No, it's cool, dude. Brian, any last words? You got anything coming up you want to shill or plug or anything like that?
Nah, usual stuff. Wednesdays, Saturdays. Try to
Nice.
drop a video every Saturday, but depending
Cool.
on life and all that stuff. But
Jonathan, anything you would like to shill or plug on Electric Flamingo?
Just some more sponsored stuff that I've been trying to knock out, and yeah, like I said, stick around for the new year because I'm gonna change stuff up a little bit and bring it back to the guitar niche, and just a couple of the little like series of things that I have coming. I think are going to be rather interesting. I'm still working out some details on it, but yeah, come the new year, things are going to definitely try to change a little bit on my end. So
Very cool. Well, we're kind of all three moving in opposite directions here, and we'll probably converge somewhere in the middle because I'm doing. I have that sponsored video coming up, and it's going to be pretty fun, pretty nerdy. I think.
yeah, oh yeah,
Tinkering, modding videos, so that'll be fun. And then next week we have Lucas Fowler coming on the show, and that's going to be super nerdy, and I'm really excited to have him on here.
oh yeah.
So, yeah, thanks, guys, and thanks everybody in the chat. Great conversation. Thanks for chipping in for us a little bit here and keep things going per usual.
I'll try to stick around the entire stream next time.
Yeah. I'll probably drop off next week.
yeah.
It's never ending over here.
Yep.
Everybody check out Brian's links if you don't have them already. Maybe Enzo isn't. I'm not sure if he's part of the Searching for Tone, the SFT community, but yeah, much appreciated. And we'll catch you all next week. And I'm sure I'll be on Brian's live stream chatting it up next week.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Awesome.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it.
Y'all
See you
take
guys
care.
later.